Right here, this is Ellie. This is Ellie's year. She doesn't care that we're on screen. I'm Janie with Messages from Heaven by Janie on YouTube. And you can reach me at, well, you can do that whole thing and or you can simply write to me at my mom, spirits by Janie at gmail.com. Um, that's my email, and it's a lot easier to type and write. Um, I wanted to talk about repeating repeating situations. There are some clues to what you need to work on and where you might have lived before. So the happy stuff is where you might have lived. Sometimes, if you get one of those deja vu moments, such as I got when I was opening one of the medicine cabinets in the bathroom, I realized it was just like opening the top door in Holland when I was a servant there. It was a good life. That's one thing. When you do something that tells you um, you repeated this. Also, sometimes if you see something, if you read something, it might, a word stands out so much. I saw, what was the name? John O'Sullivan. I saw O'Sullivan. I almost passed out. I was so shocked. O'Sullivan, John O'Sullivan. That was my name in another life. I looked it up. Okay, that was it. Um, what else? That's when you see a name. You might see a person. Lots of different things like that. Also, if you feel attracted to certain places, if you feel like I have this thing for France, I don't know why. It just feels uh, good. Um, of course, I love the United States. I'm an American, but we have all had lives all over the place, and when you're drawn to something, there's a story there for you. When I was a kid, I used to draw the women with the dresses from Egypt. What do you bet? I lived there, and a lot of the little dresses. I love costuming now. Okay, so anyway, um, but the costuming is not what I was interested in as a little kid and drawing. I used to draw all the time. So that's one thing. The other thing that should tell you you have a problem in a certain area, you have issues in a certain area, is that you find yourself repeating the same with the same problem with different people. So that tells you that there's a problem there, and you can look at it and try to figure it out or not. It's up to you, but it will keep on happening. It is it is that kind of thing, and I used to. I'm not sure I don't still have a problem with authority. I was raised like that. Um, it was kind of how my mom was. So I kept on having problems, of course, with that, until I had my last job, which was really a great job. And the administrator, especially when he knew that I had lupus, was really good. I did mean to talk about that place. It was a really crazy place. Nothing having to do with me, but boy, oh boy, it's a different story. Um, okay, so if you feel close to, if you keep, that wasn't what I meant. If the, the same issue keeps repeating itself, um, the when I was a kid, we moved to Northeast Philadelphia when I was 7, and we moved on this god awful block where we lived in the middle of the block, maybe the north middle, um, or the south middle, and we had these horrible people just all around. And in the 50s, because I'm 76, women didn't work. It was looked at, I was just a mess. I mean, it was not a good time. When people say, oh, I want to go back to the good old times, no. Uh-uh. Women who worked during the war were fired after the war. Go home, take care of your family, cook for your husband. So they used to sit outside in any warm day. And the kids would, the, these two horrible little nasty kids would harass my brother, and the parents never said anything. And when my parents finally said something, they said, oh, boys will be boys. No, they were harassing him. So eventually, since no adults did anything, I told them. I became the spokesperson for my parents. And the the guy actually came. You know, spirits will come and apologize to you. Once they cross over, they want things to be all right. They don't want to have hate on their conscience. So he came and I told him to go F himself. Um, he had hit me. I was a kid, didn't belong to him. Hit me. Um, no, it's not appropriate. So he 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 played around, and well, that's eventually uh, I was able to come to some kind of agreement with him. I didn't want to, but he kept on coming, so I did. And we moved to Delaware, and we happened to move into a house where next door the woman had been married to a Nazi, and on the other side there's somebody who had a well. I don't want to. I had a problem with him. Let's just leave it with that. And I realized that, hey, I had a problem before. You know, I can't stand up for the world. I mean, the guy tried to bully me and take over our property, that kind of stuff, and a lot more. But um, thing is that I didn't I didn't want that on my ethereal record. So that's my point is to you. If you don't work these kinds of issues out, they will keep happening. And you can't say how to work them out. I mean, I've asked my better self, my higher self, to come in and help me. Um, and so far, that's the best that I can do. Um, life isn't easy. Life down here is not easy. I know that a lot of people watching this will think, oh, spirits and higher selves, it's all nonsense. It's not. Um, we go on and we see, and I talk to the spirits all the time, and I don't find out their most personal, intimate stories. I don't want to know that. I want to know mine, not theirs. So, okay, I'm going to listen to this and see if I can make sense out of it. Not expect you to make sense out of it if I can. Thank you very much for watching. Um, any questions, please write. Please push the buttons. It doesn't cost anything. Just push the buttons. If you have something to say, anything, any questions, write to me at spiritsbyjanie@gmail.com. Thank you. Okay. Good night now. Bye bye.